Hey guys, Sean here from ILWMI.com. This is our 5th podcast. You can Skype me. I'm not on Skype at I Live with Mental Illness. Feel free to contact me anytime. I just want you to know that I'm here for you guys. I believe this is like a support community. Everyone that goes through things like we do need each other, and we should all be there for one another. So you can contact me if you need any support, someone to talk to. I would love to hear from you guys. Got a couple news articles today. One from tech.co. It's a new article that talks about mental health in the business arena, specifically for entrepreneurs and startups. I just think it's awesome that this kind of stuff is getting out there. This topic is reaching into other areas of life, like the business world. People that aren't necessarily like diagnosed, they're recognizing the benefit and the importance of mental health. And it just shows that the awareness is starting to spread, that people are taking it seriously for themselves. And I just see this as another way of prevention. So if someone has like a startup business or a small business or even a large business and they're feeling stressed out, that this kind of stuff is getting out there so they can reach out and find support, find ways to cope, instead of turning to drugs or alcohol or just sometimes ending their life or doing something else drastic or just losing everything and just going through hell for it. So it's good that people in general society are starting to look at this, take it seriously. Another article is from the Seattle Times. It's talking about mental health support for police officers, and they're talking specifically about the officers that were involved in the Sandy Hook mass shootings that happened at the school in 2012. The police chief at Sandy Hook was worried that some of his officers might kill themselves. So he and other officers around the country are starting to look at this and also take this more seriously. The focus for police officers is to bring services such as peer support to the police and help them deal with car crashes, suicides, domestic violence, and mass shootings. I couldn't even believe or understand what an officer must go through if he has to go through that kind of stuff. Even dealing with someone that's going through a mental health crisis like a schizophrenic episode or something like that can be really shocking to someone that's not used to it or has never dealt with it before. So it's good that these things are being talked about. Again, I'll leave links at the bottom of my YouTube channel. The bottom line, I see these 2 articles and many others that are at least promoting awareness. Mental health seems to be so far away from the mainstream thinking. I don't even want to get into all the movies and shows that show mental health is they're either making fun of it or making it into a complete disaster. And it's usually not as serious as they show it, but I don't want to get into it. They just need to look at it a little differently. But I know I've been talking about some of my delusions and things like that, and I don't want to go into that today. I just don't feel like it's appropriate to talk about every day on every show. But I will focus on other things about mental health and how I experience it. Today was a really tough day for me, especially in the morning till early afternoon. I'm still coming off Klonopin. I've been off of it for a couple months, but it's still affecting me. It has its ups and downs. Today was a really bad day. It just felt horrible. It's a really tough drug. If I could do it all over again, I would have quit months ago, maybe a year ago even. I just became physically dependent on it, and it was really hard to break off. But switching gears a little bit, there's some news in the YouTube world. This channel called H3H3 is being sued for putting someone else's content on their channel and commenting on it. YouTube even says that kind of stuff is fair use, but it's bringing up the whole idea of what fair use is and if it's even appropriate. I honestly think that art should be shared. It's different if you write a book and then print a book, and if someone takes your writings and actually reprint the book and sell it as their own, that's a little different. That's a lot different. But showing an image that someone posted online where you can easily share it and comment on it, that's really hard to protect. It would take a lot of programmers and a lot of companies to come together to find a solution for that kind of problem. But I think it might lead to a lot more companies, websites, and things like that will help provide free content and find a way to pay the people that produce the content so people can take the content, use it as they wish, and also people can get paid for it as well. So I'm really hoping something like that comes along, because I think all creators could use something like that. But along those lines, if you find me on YouTube and you're on YouTube, contact me and I'll check out your channel, and maybe I'll put it up on my channel as a playlist So it'd be great to work together like that, and it helps share more knowledge, information, reach out to our support group. Because as you guys know, I listen to Tony Robbins. I take a lot of knowledge from him. One thing he's really big on is going for what you want, but knowing what it is that you want and making sure that what you're doing is something you love. While mental health has become very important to me, and I decided that this is the best way for me to get involved, and I want to help others that are doing the same thing in the same way. I'm going to Celebrate Recovery in a bit. It's at the church that I started it at a couple years ago. Really good group of guys. And it's awesome how they do the leadership there. It's people with lived experience. No one's a professional there. They just know the life and they live the life and they get to help others in return. I facilitated a group once. I'll do it again if they need me to. I was in the band there, playing bass. That was fun. Made some good friends. But I just think it's an awesome group. Celebrate Recovery. Went to NA once. Never been to AA. But NA was interesting. Been there a couple times. Got their main book. Their main book is awesome to read. A lot of good stuff in it. But NA really isn't for me. Not saying it's a bad place. It just wasn't for me. And I'm sure a lot of people benefit from it. It always draws a big crowd. But it's a lot different than Celebrate Recovery. Celebrate Recovery is a lot more intimate. NA is a lot more public. But you don't always have to share at NA. Celebrate Recovery, you're really encouraged to share. So it's completely different environments. Both have coffee though. There was a book I want to promote. I read it when I was going through my episodes, and it was really good. It's not a perfect book. I don't think any book is, but it's a pretty good read. It's called Surviving Schizophrenia, and the main one is the 6th edition. It's called Surviving Schizophrenia, a Family Manual. It's written by Dr. E. Fuller Torrey. Has a lot of good stories. I could really relate to it. Has some good information. But again, it's a pretty good book, especially if you're going through something. It's meant for families, but as a person who's going through schizophrenia, it was a really good read. It's always good to have something like that, something that you can kind of reflect on, and you could recognize what it's saying, and kind of use it as a mirror for yourself, see where you are compared to other people, get another take, stuff like that. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you soon. You can contact me at ilivewithmentalillness.com. I'm Sean, and have a good one.